So I would like to share a little bit of the experience we have this weekend. We went to Kuala Lumpur to have a workshop about Asubha practice. So we were invited by the Academy for Silent Mentors to contemplate for 5 bodies for silent mentors that they donated their bodies to the medical community so they can practice on these bodies. And then the last day, the last workshop, he was with us so we can go and actually contemplate the internal parts of this body. So it's very interesting. Actually, this experience was not easy. It was my first time contemplating a body internally and also a corpse, so I was preparing myself for that. And yeah, at the beginning, getting into the operation theater, and then you see their cover, and then, okay, let's start. They uncover the bodies, and just to the first impression of seeing the body lifeless right there. Same body as this, but just lifeless and start decaying already. This body's been for a few, maybe a couple of years, 1 year, but they keep them so preventing from decay. And then, because they've already been operating these bodies for some time, it's just very easy to open. So they just start opening up and then start showing up. So which part do you think is the most beautiful part in the human body? We say, oh, you have a beautiful heart. Then one day, okay, let's see the heart. Oh, well, actually the physical heart is not so beautiful. Oh, maybe the liver is the biggest one. Yeah, maybe not so beautiful either. Okay, let's keep searching. What about the lungs? The lungs that give us life, so we can breathe and practice anapanasati, right? Also not so beautiful. And then also very interesting, the experience of touching them. We were allowed, because we were in groups of 13 participants. They were bhikkhus, even from Indonesia, coming from a few, also from other places in Malaysia, Singapore. So we were divided, so it was allowable to start touching. And at the beginning, it was like just very afraid to touch the body, just even the leg, like, ooh, that's that's something. But then start getting curious and touching the lungs and the heart. It was like, oh wow, it's the same as this, and yeah, it's just not beautiful. A little bit disgusting actually when you see and the blood there, and especially the inside of the flesh. We see, oh, this beautiful body with the flesh, and we put some makeup and so on. But you just remove the first layer, and then there is already the fat that is yellow, and yeah, it's one of the most disgusting parts actually. So we tend to see, oh yeah, this body very beautiful, but just removing the first layer is enough to see that it's not so beautiful. And also, when I saw the face, the eyes was quite shocking. Also, how they just lifeless and start going deeper, and it's just incredible how much we tend to see the eyes of others, and we say, oh, we can see the soul in somebody else's. And yeah, at the beginning it was just very unattractive. But then just start reflecting, oh, but it's just a body. Actually, it was quite nice because they have the picture of the person a few years ago when they were alive, of course, full of life and colorful and everything. And then you see the corpse and it's just like a log, just like branches, just something completely devoid of life. So I was start reflecting, actually what is important is not this body, and just start getting some sense of detachment of the body. Yeah, this body actually is quite a burden. We need to wash it every day. We need to feed it every day. We need to drag it here and there, take it to the toilet, and then laying down so it can rest. And then sometimes it gets cold, and then so we put some clothes to warm it up, but not so too warm. So it's very demanding, this body. So it's actually quite nice to just put the body aside, have vacations from the burden of the body. And actually that's meditation. Meditation is just to step aside. Okay, body, just for now, just sit there. I'm going to have a vacation and just enjoy the mind and the wonderful qualities of the mind. And that's what meditation is, just a vacation from the burdens of this body. And then actually the whole event was quite nice. We have this workshop Saturday, 3 interventions going inside the operation theater, looking different bodies. We were rotating and they were showing different parts, the muscles. One of them was open, even the brain was showing up, and actually I was also very curious to touch the brain, and yeah, very jelly and yeah, not so impressive anymore. First, oh yeah, the brain is very impressive, how much things can do, and then when it's lifeless, it's just this jelly thing inside a coconut. Yeah, this feel really like a coconut. It's like a coconut. But also just to see when they open the scalp, this is just like a mask. The flesh here in the face, you can just remove it very easily, and it's just it's a mask that is protecting the scalp. So also just it's just bones lying down there with a little bit of cover. So nothing to do with me. And we have a couple of meditations between these sessions. One it was the meditation of the unattractiveness of the body, and the second one we call the anatta of the body. Yeah, this body is not me, it's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. It's just like a car. It just helps us to move here and there, contemplate the world around us. But it's just a car. We can rent a car, go here and there, and just put it back, and we don't need to take care of that anymore. So it's the same with this body. It will come the time when we just need to separate from it, we like it or not. So it's better to put it aside voluntarily. Oh yeah, this is not my body. I just take care of it the best I can, but that's enough. I don't need to overly indulge in this. This body and make it very beautiful. Well, actually, how beautiful you can make a large intestine, for example. All the contents of the large intestine is also one of the most interesting, I will say repulsive part. It was the stomach. They start opening the stomach and you see the acid there, and the smell also is a quite a powerful experience to contemplate. Oh yeah, it's just a body and it's just not so nice. That's why we need to use so much perfume, because this body in a couple of days, 3 days already started smelling. It's still alive, but it's still already smelling. So yeah, it's nothing to do with me. It's just something that I need to take care for this life, but not to get super infatuated with it. Very enchanted. Oh yeah, this body, this is me, and keeping very healthy. And this culture to the body that we have nowadays, all these magazines of beauty and so on. But yeah, there's no point. It's gonna end up there and then, or here in the greeneries. So it's just gonna decay sooner or later. But also in Sunday, during this workshop, it was also quite interesting because they invite the families of the silent mentors, because they were cremating them this very Sunday. So they make this ceremony when they talk about the life of the silent mentors, how they took the decision of donate their body, the medical issues, how it all led to their passing away. And then the family members come in and give some words, but there were also all the students that were performing all these workshops. and the teachers and everybody just emphasizing the empathy part. That very nice phrase that I heard from the teachers. They were saying that just remember, when you're becoming a doctor, you're not treating diseases, you're treating a human being. So the empathy, the compassion that it was flowing out throughout the Sunday. So Saturday was just the detachment of the body, like, oh yeah, this body is not so nice. But Sunday, what come forth was really shining in the room. It was the beautiful qualities of the mind, the compassion, the empathy. So it was very nice to contemplate, oh yeah, actually this body very limited, superficial, not so nice, but the qualities of the mind, that's what he was putting all together in this Sunday, and accompany the family of the silent mentors there. It was very nice. I was lucky enough to give some words of gratitude through all of them, and just being part of this atmosphere of really caring for one another, of the selfless acts. Some of them donated their body, some of them allowing them to donate their body because they need the consent, not only for the person, but also their family members. And they actually expressed that for some of them it was not easy. It was like, no, how can I allow my husband, my wife to be just open up this body? But at the end they allow, and the support that they gave us, and also all the voluntaries and the academy, every member there, it was just so wonderful. They treat everyone with so much respect. So that was my main lesson and takeaway, was how much this body is just not so beautiful, but the beautiful qualities of the mind, that's what counts, that's what gives us life. That's what is important and essential in this life. And that's what is allowing us to move forward in the afterlife, to a better afterlife. How much we cultivate these beautiful qualities. Not this body. I mean, we need to keep it healthy. We've been talking a lot of how it's important to keep it healthy enough, so it's not giving us so much problems that it's already giving us. But it's more important to give the time to contemplate the beautiful qualities of the mind. And that's what it really counts, and that's what puts all of us together. And that's what gives us life. That's the life. That's what is essential. That's the vacation of the body. Oh, okay, body, stay there. I'm going to enjoy immeasurable space, immeasurable qualities of the mind. Being bright mind, wisdom. So wonderful how it feels. So that was quite an experience. That it was immersive. I'm very grateful to have this experience, and coming back and still reflecting, and sometimes these images of these corpses come into my mind, like, yeah, this is just a corpse that sooner or later it will be laid down somewhere there. But the quality of the mind, just the detachment, and then opens up and expand, and the compassion, the caring, the empathy, the metta, it's just immeasurable. It's just open, and it's not limited to this form. It's open and expansive and limitless. So that was the main lesson and takeaway I have from this experience, and the invitation of, just keep cultivating these wonderful parts of the mind. And the body, sooner or later, it will pass away, but not the beautiful qualities. This can have a long, long life. So, that's something I just wanted to share. Well, maybe some other thing that was quite interesting, before I forget. After the first intervention of really being kind of averse to touching the body and just quite disgusted, and then, okay, finish the first intervention, let's go have a lunch. So it was, I don't know, just in the line to receive the food, it was like something is off here, something is weird, having lunch and actually some meat there. I prefer vegetarian, but then you see the pork and you were like, it's exactly the same, right? So we're just animals, the body of animals. But then just getting closer into the food and then just getting the first spoon of rice and I go, oh yeah, I'm hungry. Actually, I need more food. And then so quickly these contemplations passed away. And then when eating, oh yeah, I'm really hungry and seeing how everybody were enjoying their food. It was actually nice food anyway. So, and then okay, finish lunch, go back to the operation theater and it was like, oh wow, yeah, I need to remember this is not so beautiful. So it's interesting how quickly this reflection, when we are face to death, oh yeah, we need to be mindful and make the most of this life. But 1 hour later, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Facebook and getting how much likes, that's not important in this life. So also contemplating face to face death, which is one of our greatest teachers. It's like, yeah, just realize that everything will gonna end. Everything that is born will pass away. And certainly all these bodies were born and they were gonna die sooner or later. So just realizing what is important. We have a limited time. Actually, human life is quite limited, just a few years. 100 years the most, that's nothing. And we spend so much time in so useless, unimportant things. So also that was another takeaway, like, yeah, what am I doing with my life? We have a limited time, so the invitation of make the most of our time here. And what is the most that we can do with our time? Again, practicing the beautiful qualities of the mind and spreading it. That's gonna carry on after life and hopefully to Nirvana. So I just want to offer this as a reflection today. Thank you so much. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Well, have a wonderful mindful day.